Hi, and welcome to our 2 acre world. We're Chuck and Donna. Our apologies, first of all, for not having been on camera posting videos of late. Should we wait for the dog to stop barking?
Is the dog ever going to stop barking?
No. Apologies again for not posting videos as often as we normally do. Excuse me. We've had some job issues, some health issues, and a lot of different things. Life basically just piled on at once, and you can't always get to what you want to do in the order that you want to do it in. So some other things had to take priority, so we did have to take a brief break, but we are back. And today we are going to talk about
Getting older and homesteading.
getting older and homesteading. So homesteading as a senior. There's a lot of seniors that are old-fashioned, I guess, in their ways of thinking.
Yes.
Is that correct? In their ways of thinking, and homesteading is appealing for a lot of reasons, that being one of them for the senior community. But being a senior and homesteading brings along its own challenges, which is what we wanted to chat with you about today. And if you do have any insights or any comments about being a senior and homesteading and the challenges you may face, please post them down in the comments and we'll answer anything that we can.
So, part of getting older and homesteading is, unless you're blessed with living in a multi-generation home or have a family compound where you have younger members of your family that can help out, you need to start preparing now for when you get older if you're going to have challenges. Is your garden far from your house? How are you going to get there if you're not as mobile? Do you have the structures in place that you need? Do you have perennial things growing in your garden? Do you have trees so that you still have food even if you're not able to go out and plant and pick, that you have things that are going to continue on without you?
And I'll add something to that. We are not off the grid people. We don't want to be off the grid. I've got no problem with the grid. I want my electricity. We've got our well for water, fortunately, so we are sustainable there. But I want my electricity, and I want some of the comforts of life. I didn't get to this point in life to live like a mountain man. If I want to grow our own food as much as we can.
As much as we can.
But we go to the grocery store. We go to Costco just like most everybody. We go to the grocery store like everybody else. We do get raw milk from one of the suppliers here local to us, and things like that. So we try to strike a balance between homesteading and comfort. We don't necessarily want to be uncomfortable,
right,
and to have to use a wood stove only and things like that. We've used wood stoves before, and we love them. However, we've had to use them.
We've been forced to use them for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, with a big storm that came through and a big power failure and that. So yeah, we're not off the grid people. I don't have any solar here. I'm going to put some eventually, probably for the shop maybe, or the greenhouse. But just to clarify what our lifestyle is about.
But we had the ability, when we lost that electricity, to take care of ourselves.
Yes.
We had other neighbors that did not have the type of wood stove that we had that we could cook on. One of the other things, when I was a teenager, my grandparents sold their home, their 2.5 acres that they had, with just these phenomenal, beautiful orange trees, avocado trees, almonds.
Mature.
Yes. To move to a senior community. And my grandparents, being what they were, having had been gardening all their life, they had that soil under their fingernails, and they still had to garden to a certain extent, but they didn't think ahead. The soil where they moved to was going to take years and years and years to amend it to get it to where they were. They would have been much better off, in my opinion, to have had repaired the house. They had horrible termite problems where they were, and stayed where they were happy, where they had grown things the way that they had.
And with the good soil.
And with the good soil that they had spent so much time amending.
Yeah, Donna spent the last 3-4 years here amending our soil.
And as well as the electriculture.
Yeah, but that's to get it just to where it is now, which is not where we want it to be. It still could be improved constantly, because as you feed the soil does improve with the composting and different things, but you're also depleting the soil as you grow every year as well. So you need to kind of replenish more than you deplete, so you can stay ahead of the curve. And we've done a lot of work to do that. Fortunately, we have the horses and the chickens for manure and that, which has been very helpful.
Yeah. Leaves?
And the leaves. Yeah, so we are mid-November.
Yes.
This is mid-November, so we are cloudy and cold right now. Haven't got any snow yet. We will shortly. We're about 5,000 feet. The snow is just about 6,500 feet right now up in the mountains. They got dumped on up at 8,000 feet. So we're not there yet, but it's coming. So it's chilly today. It's cloudy. It's a little breezy.
It's cloudy. It's chilly.
And most of the trees have lost their leaves, except for this big giant elm. Cottonwood, excuse me, that we have behind us here, which we are grateful for.
And when those leaves come out, we're going to be collecting them up and we're going to be tilling them into the garden with everything else. Now is the time to prepare your garden for the spring.
Right.
Let the winter snows add their nitrogen to the compost that you've got out there and let it continue on. But it's all about preparing, and it's constant prep work, and you have to take into account. I was recently hospitalized for several days, and fortunately we have family that knows how to take care of our horses. When you have livestock that's not normal, I mean, chickens you can just throw food to, but a lot of people, a horse lays down and they think automatically something's wrong with it. Not so. You need to plan for, if something should happen to either of you, who can you get to come in and help out short time,
right,
to take care of all of your critters. I mean, look how sad and lonely he'd be all by himself.
Yeah, our benefit for us personally is that the children were all raised this way. So even though 2 of the 3 are out on their own, one is here, and
we are so grateful for,
and is able to handle those things, which he was for the week or so that we were gone to the hospital. And if not, then our daughter was raised the same way with the horses and everything else, knows exactly what she's doing. And although she doesn't participate in that every day, she's perfectly capable of coming over, and we don't have to worry about who's got food, water, who may need medical attention, who can treat an injury or determine the severity of those types of things. Those are things we don't have to worry about, which is really, really a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So line those people up. Now, if you don't have them, see, you have to check on neighbors. I guess just friends and neighbors that you may be able to rely on. If you
especially if they have the same kind of livestock that you do.
Yeah, preferably maybe somebody in your community has got the same livestock you do that you could befriend and develop a relationship with, to where, and reciprocate, of course. If they were having challenges, they could count on you to come tend their animals as well.
That's about all I've got.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then we have to wrap it up.
I guess so.
I thought we were going for longer because I'm really cold.
It is getting chilly out here.
It's getting chilly.
So I guess in summing everything up, think right now, while you're still mobile, while you're still able to do things, what kind of things can I change? Maybe you can put some raised beds closer to the house. If you're not able to get out to your garden, that you're still going to be able to grow some things.
And even if it's just the basic vegetables, even if it's carrots and broccoli and cauliflower, herbs, lettuces, things like that, things that you could maintain yourself with in the event you couldn't get out of the house. You can always cook up some vegetables and have a decent organic meal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want to. We don't. You don't want to rely on veganism or vegetarianism. Not in our mind. You need the proteins, the enzymes, and different things that come about with more
for your health as you're getting older.
Yeah, for your health as you're getting older, because I think that vegetarians, although they have a tendency to be healthier, shorter term, longer term, they tend to have challenges later in life because their body has been lacking a lot of the things that you need as a whole. All of these things exist for us to eat for a reason. It's because your body needs them. None of them in excess. I don't know that a carnivore way to go is the best way either. I don't know that you get enough roughage to keep things moving.
Right.
I don't have all the answers, but that's just our opinion, and you have your opinion, of course, too.
And we'd like to hear your opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can think of tips or something that you maybe use now to prepare for your older years, or something you did in the past,
right,
that maybe you didn't even know was preparing you to have an easier time later on, even if it comes to chores or the gardening or raising the livestock or any of those things, please share those now with us, because we can all learn from each other, and we would appreciate that.
Well, and also if there's anything that perhaps your parents did as they grew older. My garden isn't just about the food. It's my feelings of well-being,
Yeah.
being in the garden, that feed my soul.
Yeah.
So it's more than just the food that we get. It's a feeling of satisfaction, a calm, a peace that comes from gardening, from playing in the dirt.
And we talked about this before, where we believe part of it is just grounding.
Yes.
It's simply connecting your bare skin to the earth. And there's a lot to be said about that. There's a lot of studies on all these types of things. You can look it up. But these grounding principles are pretty dynamic, because your body gets out of whack electrically as time passes with the substances. If we breathe bad air, if we drink bad fluids, water, and what have you, if we have toxic foods and these types of things, these things take their toll on our body, and our body's an electrical system with chemicals and water, basically. So your system will get out of balance electrically. And think about how does your heart operate? How does your brain operate?
Yeah.
Magnetism and electricity. And when you get out of balance, that can cause problems. Grounding rebalances your electron levels. Scientific fact, go look it up. It balances your electron levels, allowing your body to be more in sync with the way it's supposed to operate. So there's a lot to be said about gardening, besides the peace, besides the greenery, besides the good food. There's a lot to be said about what it does for your body. Donna never has her shoes on in the garden, and I think that's helpful for her with some of the challenges as well.
So now are we done?
So again, if you have any comments, suggestions that you could add to the conversation, please feel free. We thank you for watching. We apologize for our delay being gone. We're going to try to pick up the pace a little bit and get us back on a weekly, bi-weekly track again. We'd like to be weekly. It doesn't always work out that way. We're going to do our best to do that. And if you'd like to have us talk about anything in particular that maybe we do have some experience with as seniors, homesteading and gardening and raising livestock, and just trying to live a decent, calm and peaceful lifestyle, please let us know. We'd be happy to produce those videos for you. So thanks for watching our 2-Acre World. We'll see you soon.
A simple life.